I want to finish my thought. Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC, he comes out and he admitted, like a man, hey, I'm a socialist. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a socialist, and that's just the way it is. And, you know, people are so shocked by it. I've talked about this for over 2 years on this show. The scary thing is he's not alone. Play clip 3 for me, Lee.
I, Glenn, unlike you, I am not a progressive. I am not a liberal who's so afraid of the word that I had to change my name to progressive.
I'm not either.
Liberals amuse me. I am a socialist. I live to the extreme left. The extreme left of you mere liberals, okay? However, I know this about my country. Liberals are 20% of the electorate. Conservatives are 41% of the electorate, okay? So I don't pretend that my views, which would ban all guns in America, make Medicare available to all in America, have any chance of happening in the federal government.
Oh, geez, they don't have any chance of happening in the federal government. Whatever would he mean? What does that mean? They have no chance of happening in the federal government. Let me tell you what that means. It means we do things by executive order. It means we pass bills at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It means we cram it down your throat whether the American people want it or not. That's what it means. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to get this. But people like him, they think you're too stupid. They have to lead you to the water to drink out in the middle of the desert because you can't think for yourself. Oh, my goodness. If you start thinking for yourself, none of these bozos would have a job. But this is the media. He's not the only example. Play clip 4 for me. This is Ed Schultz.
And it's being played out over the airwaves of America. And I hope the Democrats now turn to the fairness doctrine. And that's just where it's at right now. But maybe we have reached the point where the Congress needs to equal it out, equal out the audience. Just keep in mind, there aren't any poor people with microphones. And so I think that, hell, if we're going to be socialists, let's be socialists all across the board.
Hell, let's just all be socialists. We are, aren't we? That's Ed Schultz. Another guy, another media icon, if you will. That's Ed Schultz. You say, well, Fritz, that's fine. But where are these people talking like this in government? Play clip 5 for me.
It was just mentioned to me by our esteemed speaker. Did anyone say anything about the Cuban health system? And let me tell you, before you say, oh, it's coming, you need to go down there and see what Fidel Castro put in place. And I want you to know, now, you can think whatever you want to about Fidel Castro, but he was one of the brightest leaders I have ever met.
What? You're keeping more of your paycheck. You'd be having lower taxes, which means that you would have saved and gotten to the point where you are faster. My attitude is that if the economy is good for folks from the bottom up, it's going to be good for everybody. If you've got a plumbing business, you're going to be better off if you've got a whole bunch of customers who can afford to hire you. And right now, everybody's so pinched that business is bad for everybody. And I think when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody.
That generally the Constitution is a charter of negative liberties, says what the states can't do to you, says what the federal government can't do to you, but it doesn't say what the federal government or the state government must do on your behalf.
That's what this liberal would be all about. This liberal will be all about socializing, would be about... Basically,
my bad.
Taking over.
See what happened was
the government running all of your companies.
We're talking about addressing the disparity in our country of income, where the wealthy people continue to get wealthier and some other people are falling out of the middle class when we want to bring many more people into the middle class. But that disparity is not just about wages alone. That disparity is about ownership and equity. It's all about fairness in our country.
There you go. There you go. Remember when I just said a few minutes ago that you're too stupid to know what's good for you? Barack Obama's making that case in that clip. The government The founding fathers didn't think about or put in the Constitution what the government can do on your behalf. In other words, because you're too stupid to figure it out. That's why he said that. That's how a health care bill gets crammed down your throat when over 50% of the population doesn't want it. Because you're too stupid. They've been saying this for over 2 years now. They're leading you to the water and telling you, not that you have the choice to drink it, they're shoving your head in it. The question is, when are you going to wake up? We now have a Republican-controlled House. Yippee-doo-dah. I don't give a damn about the Republicans. They're part of the problem. The John McCains, the Lindsey, the liberal Grahams of the world. The George Bushes of the world, apparently. I'll get into that in a minute. Paul's got a great story on that. I mean, you're right now are at a crossroads, and you have to make a decision. And the decision is, are you going to let the parties dictate what you do and how you vote? Or are you going to wake up and say, I don't care about the parties. I don't care about what they say in the news. I'm going to do what feels right. And when you do all that, you're going to come to the conclusion that these people in Washington don't give a damn about you, and they don't give a damn about America, and they don't understand how to create the first damn job, because none of them have ever done it. Period. We're going to take our second break. When we get back, we're probably going to lighten things up a little bit. I'm not going to talk, apparently. I'm just going to turn over the show to Paul. We'll be back. You're listening to Fritz Show right after this.